So I just wanted to do a quick update on my eczema. And right now it looks great because of also the lighting, I guess, but it's still... Hi, you're talking to my collarbone. It's still very red. Today is the best that I've looked in forever, since April, really. I'm not as red as I have been. I also lately have been shedding like crazy. I thought when people were saying shedding that it's like big flakes, but I just have really many flakes, but it's like a lot of them, and I can just go like this and there's a snowstorm coming off of my cheek. It's almost like a weird hobby of mine now to like do this or scratch, which don't tell anyone, and to see the flakes falling on surface and then gather them up. I know it's so gross, but everybody who's going through this knows exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of people pick on their things. I try not to because I know it leaves scars. It can leave scars. But so the update is my face today is not as red, it's pink, but I've been having quicker flares. Like I would wake up completely red, be red for 3 days and swollen and like in pain, and then the next day I wake up and I'm just slightly pink and everything seems so much better, and then I start to get really dry and flaky. I'm sorry, this is so annoying, but as I talk, like I keep scratching or touching myself. I don't mean to, it's just, you just can't stop. Okay, there's one spot that's really itchy. I'm trying, I once read a book and it said to just like hold, like squeeze the area real hard. Maybe I'll go sit down. I don't know if there will be good lighting here. Oh, it's okay still. Okay, so I read somewhere that it's really good to hold the place where you're really itchy, and you're supposed to hold the opposite side of your body as well. I don't remember exactly why and what happens and stuff, but it was like a book about eczema and like a doctor who wrote it. I read it years ago. Maybe I should revisit it. Although now I'm pretty convinced that I'm going through cortisone withdrawal because I have most of the symptoms that the people on Aaand forum have. I've never seen my eczema do this. Like my eczema usually used to look more like this. Hey, focus camera. Okay, never mind. It was more patches and they were a little bit risen and you know, itchy and red and flaky, and also when you scratch them very easily they would be open because the skin was pretty thin. Like any other place if I would scratch here where I don't have eczema, it would take me forever to make a hole. But if I scratch here, you see, it's not focusing on my, but you know what I'm talking about. I get all these little holes on my arm just from like going 1, 2, 3. Like 3 scratches give me like gashes. And I saw this one girl, she's really sweet, and I'm sorry I forgot her YouTube name, but she has 3 videos up. She's really pretty to me, but she's going through TSW as well. I saw that on her blog. She's already 8 months and she's looking so much better and stuff like that. And she was saying the same thing, that on her arms she can just scratch like so ever so softly and gets like these huge, she calls them craters. Also my skin is like, it's weird. It's like thin where you scratch it and you have a hole immediately, but at the same time it's the elephant skin where look like it's wrinkly, like a very old lady. Okay, I can't with the lighting, but see this? That's ridiculous. It's so ugly, and I'm like not that old. Anyway, so the arms have been kind of on and off, but mostly pretty red. And they were before more like to here, but now they are like starting here and going all the way like down. But it's not the red sleeve yet, I've heard. And actually that girl that I was just talking about got the red sleeve pretty late. I also started to have these little little spots on my hands they're not terrible, but the thing that's annoying about them is there is pus, like there's see-through fluid coming out of it, and it's just like weird, and it's between the on my fingers as well. And sometimes I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm so itchy. Of course, as soon as I start to film, I've been good the whole day. Sometimes I get them here, and then like, wait, here, and then they like disappear. It's just the weirdest thing, like all these little bumps, and they have fluid in them, and then they disappear. It almost looks like an allergic reaction, but at this point I stopped trying to figure out what makes a flare come out, because very often I would do the same exact thing, same diet, same environment and stuff, and it would come and go. So yeah, but the flares, like before I would have a flare and it was bad for 3 to 4, 5 days, like I was red swollen and stuff like that, and then I would be healing for 2 weeks and starting to look good, and then bam, another one. But now they're like shorter times between them. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, who knows. So I wanted to tell you guys, I thought before that I used to get the shots more often than I actually did, because I called my dermatologist, receptionist, or like whatever, who works there, and she told me all the dates that I've been. There was one year, 2009 or 10, like years ago, first time I went there to get a shot, and I got probably addicted that year, because no wonder, because they are magical for, you know, in the beginning. So I got like 4 that year, which was pretty bad. But then I would get, like last year I only got 1 shot. This year I got 1. And then the year before I got 2. Like it wasn't as bad. I thought that I might have gotten 3. Like 2, 3, or maybe more. But fortunately it's like 1 or 2. Except of that 1 year when I started it. Also the creams, I called my pharmacy to find out how many creams I went through, and I thought that I would go like through 3 tubes a year or something, but it was mostly 1 tube a year. Actually it was always 1 tube a year, and I only have been using it the last 4 years. So that's really great news, because I thought that I was like doing it way more often. I also know that whenever I would use it, I would put it over my Aquaphor, and I say it in a lot of my older videos, because I would be like scared to just like, only if it was like really bad I would put it without Aquaphor, but 90% of the time I would put it over Aquaphor, so it wouldn't like do so much damage and sink in as quickly. And also if I did it maximum 3 days in a row. But all this obviously doesn't matter, because I'm still going through the withdrawal pretty intense. It's not as intense so far, because I know there's some late bloomers, but so far it's not as intense as I've seen, obviously, but it is changing my life. Psychologically, what really sucks is that I just run home, and usually I'm such a like, I'm always like, I love helping people. I always carry people's like suitcases and like talk to people up, and like when somebody seems down, like I'm kind of like from Mars, I guess. Although New York City is it's a myth. Everybody listen up. It's a total myth that New York is unfriendly. I went to California, people there were not as friendly as here in New York City. Because I was like lost, and I asked 5 people and they were all like, I don't know, like they were so unhelpful. And then one woman just like kind of told me how to get there, to Fisherman's Wharf, by the way, and that was it. And here in New York, people would be like, oh really? They would like pull up the map, show you, and ask you where you're from. Like it's just so weird that it has this reputation. But anyway, so I'm very friendly, and now I'm not myself, because I don't feel like myself. I feel superbly ugly, and I'm uncomfortable physically, so all I want to do is like get home and like be home and comfortable, you know, like put on some clothes. Like I've been wearing comfortable clothes, but it's like it's always longer sleeves, and you know it's summer, so all that stuff. But Anyway, my face today, I'm like shocked. This morning it was super dry because I've been trying, I'm not doing complete moisturizer withdrawal, but I've been trying to use it as little as possible. I just use Aquaphor if I do use anything, which is so against everything that I've been trying to do, because I've been trying to avoid like petroleum and mineral oils and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the non-petroleum jelly that I found, I have reaction to it. I was fine in the beginning, but now I like would die if I would put it on. My dermatologist thinks it's a vitamin E, because a lot of people can be allergic to that. And I actually remember once I bought pure vitamin E, put it on my face, and burned the hell out of me. So I'm pretty much sure that that's what it is. Oops, sorry. Bye. Anyway, so I just can't right now do anything natural, because I tried coconut oil and olive oil, and coconut oil make me burn like hell. I can eat it, I like put it in my smoothies and stuff, and that doesn't do anything, but when I put it on the skin I just can't do it. And I saw a lot of people had the same thing, and it dries me out as well. It's like okay. But anyway, so the Aquaphor, I do it, but I do it like once a day or max twice a day. And like over the weekend, today I was we've been going through some crazy stuff with our roommate, and today she was finally gone, and I was just like, okay, I have to relax, because it was psychologically kind of draining. And so I was like, I'm just gonna relax, which I never let myself do that, but I did. And I watched a movie, and I was just kind of laying around, and I let myself be dry as a prune. And are prunes dry? They're kind of juicy actually. Well, anyway, I was super dry. I had like super, like I was like white, because I had only like white flakes on my face. And then I soaked in a bathtub. And I was a little scared, because lately when I do take the bath I get redder again. So, but I didn't. Look, I was red a little bit, and then I put some Aquaphor. But you know, I mean, it's still pink. This is my décolleté. And then also I scratched it, and I have the gashes here too, and it's already starting to get really dry. And see how it's like wrinkly, like ugh. But I've seen people have the elephant skin, and I hope my wrinkles around my eyes are gonna disappear as well, because even Noel like was telling me he watches me like age and get youthful within days. Like not even right now, even before the withdrawal, like sometimes I would have like no wrinkles around my eyes, and but most of the times I did. I always, like since I was 2, I look like I'm 100. But anyway, yeah, that's the update. What else have I been doing? The baths, actually, like lately I've been trying to see like not to do them as much, but today I just did one. But quick showers, really try not to do the hot water, because that really dries you out. And just pat. Even sometimes I leave it almost like, especially my arms, I leave them almost wet, not completely, and then put the Aquaphor over them. But sometimes after shower I don't even put anything on, like before bed, because then I wake up and I'm not as red and stuff like that. What else? I've been swollen, but lately when I wake up and I'm swollen, like my it's usually my eyes, it within like 2 hours or so it goes down a lot. I'm still not complete in my face. I am. My face isn't still not complete in my face, but it is way better than it used to be. Yeah, I don't know, I think that's about it. I also have a little guy here. Oh, of course you can't see it right now, but there are 2 small like dry red patches, and I read on somebody's blog, somebody that I really like, I just don't remember really blogs that well, sorry about that, but there's this one lady and she's so resourceful and I love it. And she's already like been off forever, like 2 years or something, and she's really sweet and stuff. And she was saying that she read Dr. Rappaport's papers, and that he said that very often people have somewhere else on their body like these 2 dots like that, and she actually showed a picture and she had the exact same thing as me, and I'm like, okay, that kind of almost convinced me that I'm definitely going through this withdrawal. Yeah, the arms are just so terrible. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. This, I don't know still how to count my months, because my last thing was February 28th was my shot, and I think like March 2nd or 3rd I used a little bit of cortisone, but that like on my jaw, but that was about it, and then I stopped. But then my first like big thing, like worsening, was in beginning of April, which that's the video, that's my first video, and where I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I thought it was the diet, but I think it's the cortisone withdrawal. But so because it took so long, I think it might have been because I still had the injection in me. I'm not sure, so I don't know how to count my cortisone withdrawal months, but I'm just gonna swing it and see. I'm sorry. And see how it goes, and I'll keep you posted. I'm like hoping that my face and my neck are slightly clearing, and that it's gonna get just better. But I'm also learned not to like, you have to have hope, but also not so much, because then you get way sadder when you have a rebound, like when it comes back, because then you're like, but it was already getting better, like why me? And so it's better to be like, okay, this is just the way the body works right now. Enjoy. This is my tip, and that's what I have to tell myself too. Enjoy the days where you look better. Even if you don't look like great yet, but you look better. Go out, do stuff. I know I didn't today, but I really needed to like calm down from the whole thing. But go out, do stuff, do all the stuff. The other day I got like, well, it was like 3 weeks ago, I got just slightly better, and I was so excited. I went to MAC and like bought a lipstick and an eyeshadow that I probably won't wear for months, but I was just like, I have to do something that I used to love to do. And you know, as long as it's like you can do something, and just do it, because then you might wake up and have another flare, right? So just enjoy the days, really enjoy the days when you're better, and then the days you're bad, know that you'll be better again, because you already learned by now that it's a cycle. And so you are more prepared. I'm kind of talking to myself, I guess. I'm like calming myself down, because I'm like, oh, what if I wake up tomorrow and I'll be red face again? But it's okay, one day will look great. You know, you've seen a lot of pictures of people looking terrible, way worse than maybe you and I, and then they healed. So let's hope for a better future and great skin, and then I'll do makeup tutorials again. Okay, many kisses, bye.